Jaden Ivey buzzer beater. The Pistons are kind of good at basketball. Casuals only. Let's get it. If you missed it last night, Jaden Ivey hit a buzzer beater, game winner against the Toronto Raptors. Play was drawn up for him. The switch he wanted was crossing, tween up top. 3 seconds, 4 seconds left, exploded to the basket, rose up and just got a clean look at a nice little floater from baseline, and he hit it. Now the Pistons are 8-11, and if there's anything I would like to say, can you fire Monty Williams twice? Can I fire Monty 3 times? Is it possible that I could go back in time and fire Monty and then hire him again and then fire him again for how just absolutely terrible he was? He had Killian Hayes starting over Jaden Ivey. He had Killian Hayes getting more minutes than Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey at some points was the 11th man off the bench. Whatever Monty Williams did to the Detroit Pistons organization was absolute highway robbery, and the Detroit Pistons look like a pretty decent basketball team. Currently sitting at 8-11. I think they're like 6th or 7th in the East, and that could easily be 3 or 4 in the East if some things go their way at the end of the games. Right now, they're considered the league pass team, where every fourth quarter of a Pistons game, you know you're going to get a 5-point game where it's going to be very good basketball. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be a 2-point finish or a buzzer beater or an overtime game. The Detroit Pistons are fun to watch now. Jaden Ivey hits a buzzer beater last night. What was it? Ron Holland misses a free throw. Tie game with like 1.9 seconds left against the Bucks. Ron Holland at the line misses both free throws, goes into overtime, and the Bucks absolutely mollywop the Pistons in that overtime scenario. A couple games before that, or maybe even after that, I don't quite remember, the Charlotte Hornets end up beating the Pistons on a tip-in from, was it Brandon Miller tipped it in and won the game? And either way, all these games are coming down to game winners, overtime, 2-point finishes, and another 2-point finish game winner here last night. Jaden Ivey finishes with 25 points, 8 assists, 5 boards, 2 for 4 from 3, and 10 for 13 from the field. Killian Hayes was starting over this man last year. He's currently averaging, what is he averaging? Let's check it out real quick. Jaden Ivey is averaging 18.4 points per game, 4.5 assists per game on 37% from 3 and 44% from the field. Looking like a menace, dude. Jaden Ivey, shouts to you. Being a Detroit Pistons fan, it is very, very refreshing to watch our guys go out there and just absolutely tear it up. Finally, it took us until February of last year to get to 8 wins, and it's currently the end of November and we just got our 8th win. And honestly, we could be at 10 wins if we would have beat the Bucks on the Ron Holland free throw, boxed out so that the Hornets don't get that tip-in game winner, and we'd have 10 wins and 9 losses. We'd be 500 and sitting, in 4th place in the East. And last year, it took us until February to get to 8 wins, man. We were like 8-50 something, 8-60 something, whatever it was. Fire Monty Williams again, please. Shout out to Trajan Langdon for coming in and just helping out this roster that really needed an overhaul. We brought in some veterans that were much needed in Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley. Tobias has been playing much better. He was shooting really bad to start the season. Now he's up to like 38% from 3 or something. He was at 20% to start the season. Tim Hardaway started out really hot and has cooled down a little bit, especially after his injury he just came back from. Malik Beasley has been our guy lately. This whole season he's been phenomenal, averaging 15.5 points per game, 1.9 assists on 37% from 3. Third most he's averaged in his career. He's shooting 37.8% from 3. Does it show me the attempts though? 9.5 attempts. 9.5 attempts, which is by far the most he has shot in his career. He's shooting 37% from 3 and 9.5 attempts. Phenomenal work from Malik Beasley. Ausar Thompson came back last night. He was out for the entire season so far and a lot of last season with blood clots, and he came back. He hit a 3. The 3-pointer is much improved after shooting like 17% from the field or from 3-pointer last season. Ausar Thompson, our defensive demon, looks good, man. It's just a good time to be a Pistons fan. And Cade Cunningham didn't have to play that game for us to get a win, which is really nice to see Jaden Ivey be able to take over and will our team to a victory. Big shout out to Jaden Ivey. Big shout out to the Detroit Pistons. Being a Pistons fan is fun. Also, Jalen Duren, who I have ripped on for so long. I'm not a huge fan of Duren. He had a really good defensive game last night. Last time we played Jakob Poeltl in the Toronto Raptors, Jakob had like 22 and like 15 on Duren or something. Made Duren just look like his little boy. And Duren went out there and just absolutely handled Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl finished with 8 points and 11 boards, 4 for 11 from the field, minus 13 on the night. And Duren had one of his better nights as a Detroit Piston this season. So I got to give some love to somebody that I kind of was ripping on to start the season. But for the most part, man, being a Detroit Pistons fan is finally fun again. 8-11 should be a better record, but go Pistons, dude. Jaden Ivey, game winner, dog. If you want to watch some good basketball, I'm telling you, tune into the Detroit Pistons, dude. It's a lot of fun to be a Pistons fan right now, a Lions fan right now. The Detroit Lions are the best team in the NFL, 10-1. My team, Michigan State basketball, got a big win in the Maui Invitational last night against Colorado. We got Memphis tonight. The Michigan State football team won on Friday. It's a good time to be a fan for me. I'm having fun. Go Pistons, go Spartans, go Lions. Casuals only. I appreciate all you guys. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Casuals only. We are out.